What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going to Pet Supplies Plus. Huge shout out to them. Please go check them out. They're literally in 42 states. So that's like a lot of them. So go check them out. I'll have the links in the description as always. The best staff. More about them after the video. So we're going to go there. And I did not get the employee's name, but she literally told you guys and me about everything you need to know about dog food, dog treats. The audio is going to be a little weird because I had to fix a couple things because there's music playing in the background, and I'll get sued out of my mind if I leave that in. I also built a tomato frog tank there.
Alright, so I don't know how much you actually know about our store. So we are actually a franchise. The store's been up almost 4 years. The owner is a fantastic guy. But, and not being a corporate, which is actually fantastic for multiple reasons. But I've worked for a couple different pet stores and I didn't do well with corporate. Franchise is actually amazing. So the treats that we actually carry are obviously different brands, plus our own brands. So we have Hartwick, Redford, Mittens, Mitten Pickens for cats, stuff like that. But with the dog treats, they're actually incredibly hard for us to keep in stock. Redford makes kind of like a jerky. There's another kind that I haven't been able to get in a minute, which is actually a harder jerky. It's almost like a chew for a couple minutes. This one it'll break off, but it's soft jerky for them. So with these, my dogs go crazy for them. They absolutely love them. But it's literally almost a single ingredient. So the only thing that's added is the preservatives, skim milk, and the chicken. So it's almost like a pure protein treat for them. I have duck. A lot of times I have the lamb, but it's our #1 seller. It sells out immediately. It's one of the best ones we carry. We also have the freeze-dried. So freeze-dried is literally what it says. It says chicken breast, if there's salmon, if there's beef liver, it's that single ingredient. It's just freeze-dried. Now the great thing about freeze-dried is it actually is a fantastic dental treat. So you can get like the dental bones and stuff like that. So research has actually shown that with the freeze-dried, because freeze-dried has never seen the inside of an oven. So when they bake treats or food, it bakes out those enzymes. The enzymes are actually what eats the tartar off the animal's teeth. So it's honestly a #1 fantastic thing to get for their teeth. And it's a pure protein as well. They also work great as training treats because they're made in little squares and it's perfect for it. I can't keep these in stock for anything either. So they came out with something that's almost identical to pepperoni, but it has better ingredients in it. And it honestly has the better price for it. The dogs go crazy just for the Hartwick as well, which is what I gave Roxy. For the older dogs that can't eat hard or some that just like the soft treats, we also have the soft and chewy.
Roxy,
dogs love them. Mine mostly stick to the freeze-dried side, but these are perfect where you can break them into pieces. There's also lamb, peanut butter, beef, and chicken. So each, like the Redford series, is made in the USA. It's actually incredibly hard to find treats and anything like that is actually made in the USA anymore. Most are ingredients are sent from the USA to whatever area. You have the byproducts and everything else that's sprayed on them to keep rodents and any kind of insect out of it. These don't have that because they're actually made here. So Redford is a brand that's been around for years that has had 0 recalls. And with it being made in the USA, it's kind of a go-to brand. It's, even with the dog food, it's a really, really good brand. How they use it and the ingredients and things like that goes the same way for the Evan Baked treats. If I could keep them in stock, it'd be great, but they sell out immediately as soon as we get them. And it goes from everything from collagen treats to, let's see, the rawhide to dental treats. And it goes from light chewers to medium to hardcore chewers. So I'm looking forward to trying the hardcore chewer because mine are hardcore chewers. Feel it? They're ridiculously heavy, yeah. With a lot of the harder bones. They used to be solid. Now a lot of them are almost hollow. So they go through them within just a couple minutes to where it would take a couple hours a couple years ago. So it's kind of nice to see that we have bully sticks and stuff that are coming in that are heavier. I enjoy the braided. It's harder for them to get through. It's like 3 pieces that are braided together. So it's more of a crunchy treat than a bully stick that's going to be a longer treat. So they work as either a meal or a meal mixers. Honestly, I just use them as a meal mixer. It works as an incentive for them to eat their dry, because a lot of dogs, they get tired of it. It happens. So these are just crisp. You can still crunch it, but I like these a lot. It gives it that little extra crunch. It works really well with older dogs. All right, so this is the Redford Naturals. It literally goes from with grain, without grain, grain-free. It's kind of up to you and your dog and what's better for them. Certain breeds have to have grain. Like I said, this brand's about 6 years old and has had 0 recalls. You have with the grain, and you have from puppy to senior to small bites in each side of it, or each quarter of it. So you have the grains, the no grains. This one, I really do like this one. It's the venison. Venison and lamb are the easiest meats for a dog to digest, and lamb. They're just kind of like humans. So chicken and beef is super hard on our stomachs. It's also hard on the dogs. So if you think about that, you go through with that, a lot of the foods that we pick, because it takes them longer to digest. If you do the red meat, it's a little harder on them. But so I try to do like the venison, the duck, the lamb, and I avoid chicken personally because of the breeds of my dogs. Florida hates every animal there is, so everybody's always itchy and everything else. So with the probiotics that are in this dog food, it helps with skin care and actually stomach. Like the duck and potato has the extra omegas 3s and 6s, which is super good for their coats. It's good for digestion. Your number one ingredient should always be a protein. You always want to make sure your first 10 ingredients are something that's super good for them. So, pea fibers, natural flavors. We've got flaxseed, dry blueberries, dried carrots, fish meal, fish oil, briar cheese. So it's actually a really good food. See where it says here, glucosamine? A lot of foods don't have that in it. Essential for any dog or cat. Well, any dog, excuse me. And it's for the brain. It helps them. So to have it extra into a food is kind of an interesting thing. Not all brands and not all foods have it. So having the extra in there is actually super good for them. Limited ingredients. It is exactly what it is. It says it's beef, it's beef. It says it's salmon, it's salmon. Those are the pure and simple ones where whatever that protein is, that's exactly what it is. There's no added, any of that. All right, so for our version, our brand of toys is Play On Toys. And it ranges from so many different things. So you have My First Toys, which are the little ones where they're able to, the little dogs, they can just chew on it. It helps with the gums. I like these ones, are just cute. But with these, they're just the regular chew-ons, the balls. They have scents, they have squeakers. And it's perfect. I have one dog that absolutely adores the balls. These aren't my favorite Frisbees, but they work. I like the one with the walnut. It reminds me of the Chuckits, and it'll go further. And you have just about every stuffed animal you can think of. So
Yeah.
yeah, one too many. You know, if you have just, they have multiple squeakers in them, but it works for just a dog that wants to carry around an animal. And just like with this one's super durable, as you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one too. But we have the tougher toys for the tougher dogs, to where, I don't know, my dog loves this one, and he hasn't destroyed it in a year. You have, it's actually a huge caterpillar. Oh, this is one of the shorter ones. We actually have one that's longer than this. Mine it's probably almost twice this long. But he drags it and he'll sleep with it. Lots of the ropes. These ones, it's easier for them to hang on to, and you can hang on over here or even here. The nice braided ropes. I like these. The little ones for the little dogs. We have all kinds of different ropes, different toys. Really loud squeakers. Lots of different toys. Durability kind of just depends on the animal and what kind of toys. Every brand has the treat dispensing toys. Sometimes the dog can get them out. So I tried this one. It isn't one of my favorites, only because he had to eat through the side to give them the treats. But like, I like this one. I like this one. But I put a lot of the freeze-dried in there, and he'll just carry it around and tip it over and bat it and just get every single treat out. So all the smells come out there, and then little treats. The freeze-dried would work great, probably. It keeps my dog entertained for hours. But it's an interactive toy, and it's a treat at the same time, so it keeps them busy and kind of gives them something to do.
So again, I apologize about the audio. It's a little weird. After that, we went and built a frog tank.
Frogs like it super wet and moist, kind of boggy, depending on the frog.
And then the tomato frogs like the burrow, right?
Yes. So,
You gotta
I
do the
don't
thick stuff.
ideally, if this was your tank at home, you'd probably end up putting about this much substrate in it. But that'd be very hard to try to find that little girl in this tank with that much substrate to try to show them for other people.
Or now are you just making it into small chunks?
Yeah, so there's little pieces like this chunk here that you just rub together and it turns it all back down to regular fiber. Now we're going to use dechlorinated water because frogs can absorb anything and everything through their skin, hence the reason for the gloves. Anything that I've been touching today, I don't want to pass on to him into his dirt. Chlorine is also really, really bad for frogs. It kind of gives like a burning sensation. Mix. So, and the consistency you're looking for is, so you should be able to squeeze this into a ball and it stays just like that. If I got any water to come out like so, that means it's a little too moist. So we're gonna add about a handful more of dry cocoa fiber. Alrighty, stays in a nice tight ball, and yeah, oops. So now we're just going to fluff it up. This cocoa fiber is already a very light substrate. You just want him to be able to dig in it easier.
The substrate is really key for tomato frogs.
Yes.
Just have to have it really nice.
So right now it's just cocoa fiber or coconut husk. Ideally you want to mix like cypress mulch, cocoa fiber, peat moss, and topsoil into this consistency, and that'll keep anything and everything alive, whether that be the live plants like we have over here, to the springtails, just to keep the entire system up and running. And this stuff likes to compact really easy. With the other mixture, it doesn't, so it's a lot easier for them to fluff up. Now the question is, do you want to decorate the tank?
I would love to. I
So
love building tanks.
your soil's set up. We can literally have fun. I'm giving you creative freedom. Fan of the camera, are ya? He's alright. And then I'm gonna put you down.
So that little white thing is a springtail.
Oh, there.
Cage is already messing with the cow. So now that we've made it back, I just want to say a quick thing about Pet Supplies Plus. They are literally the best pet store I've ever been to. They have huge variety of fish, great prices. They even have their own products. Heartwood Dog Treats, Play On, and Redford Dog Treats. Go. Oh, crap. They're literally the best store. They have the best variety. The reptiles are actually healthy. Go check them out. They literally have the best staff, not even joking. They have dog grooming there, literally everything you need pet-wise, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace!